Hey, what is up, and welcome back. Alright, we've had some activity in the NFL. So, we got Spot Track here that's kept up with several NFL transactions, pretty much most, if not all, NFL transactions. The one that I don't see here is Tom Brady coming back from the NFL. He's coming out of retirement to play another season for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, that may be added at a later time, but that's just to add that to it. So, we'll go back, we'll take a look at several of these moves, and we'll talk about them. So, first, we'll talk about the one that's not here, Tom Brady. He has decided after 2 months of retirement it ain't for him. It's not. He's sick of Giselle. No, he's not. But, he's realized that he's not done yet. So he will go back and play a 23rd season in the NFL. So, with that out of the way, let's talk about other moves. Kirk Cousins, he gets a 1-year, $35 million extension with Minnesota. Michael Gallup, even though he did tear his ACL during the season, he gets a 5-year extension for $62.5 million with the Dallas Cowboys. Zach Ertz, who the Cardinals traded for, he's getting a 3-year, $31.65 million contract with the Cardinals. Devin McCourty did post on social media, said he has 2 kids. Said, where are we going? Or, the one kid said, where are we going? And the other one said, Foxborough. So, Devin McCourty did sign an extension with the Patriots. Isaiah McKenzie, 2 years, $8 million to re-sign with the Buffalo Bills. So, he has an extension now. Let's see. Brett Ripon, quarterback, 1-year tender. Andrew Beck, 1-year extension. Both of those with the Broncos. Jacoby Myers gets a 1-year tender by the New England Patriots. CJ Moore got a 1-year, $2.4 million extension with Detroit. Calvin Anderson gets a 1-year, $2.5 million extension with Denver. Aaron Stinney gets a contract extension with Tampa Bay. Chris Conley, 1-year, $2 million extension with Houston. So that's more or less vet minimum for a wide receiver. My favorite team, the Steelers, they've made 3 moves, I believe. Arthur Millette, a corner, signed a 2-year contract extension. Amari Cooper, he got traded to the Cleveland Browns from the Dallas Cowboys. So it's Amari Cooper in a 6th for a 5th and a 6th. You're swapping 6th, which means you're trading Amari for a 5th, essentially. But I'm assuming that was the only way Cleveland would trade for him and take on that contract. So Baker gets another weapon, and they did tell Jarvis Landry, go seek a trade if you want it. They did tell him that. Same goes to Cole Beasley with the Buffalo Bills. So with Amari Cooper, they told Jarvis, if you don't want to be here, find a trade. Pat Eiflin, he restructured his contract for cap space. Phil Haynes signed a 1-year tender. Vita Vea, he restructured with Tampa Bay to clear up cap space. Same with Marshawn Lattimore for the Saints. They actually cleared a lot of cap space. Over $18 million with that restructure of Marshawn. But they need to do more because they're still way over the cap, if I'm remembering correctly. Matt Hawk, he took a pay cut with Buffalo. He didn't do that great punting this year, so that's pretty much a given. Dwayne Haskins, he got a 1-year tender by Pittsburgh. Jalen Guyton, I believe his name is, signed a contract with Chargers. Caden Smith, waived by the Giants. David Sills, reserve future contract. Christian Kirksey, he signed a 2-year, $10 million extension with Houston. Cedric Ogbehi, I hope I pronounced that right. He gets a 1-year contract with Houston. Jeff Driscoll, he signed a 1-year extension with Houston. Matt Ryan restructured, and they also added 3 void years, so they created $12 million in cap. Darrington Evans, he was claimed off waivers by Chicago. Carson Green signed a contract. Blake Jarwin was released by the Dallas Cowboys to clear cap space. So that'll be interesting if anyone needs like a number 2 tight end, or if teams have bad tight ends all together, he could be someone's number 1. Reggie Robinson, waived by Dallas. Ito Smith, waived by Dallas. Robert Foster, waived by Dallas. Greg Zuerlein, he got released by Dallas. So it was boom, boom, boom by Dallas. Eddie Goldman, he was released by Chicago. Joe Backey, I hope I pronounced that right. He signed a contract with Cincy. Brett Kern took a pay cut, which is a little surprising because he's a very good punter. Mekhi Sargent, he's a running back. He signed a contract with Jacksonville. Chappelle Russell, linebacker, signed a contract with Jacksonville. Jameer Jones, he signed a contract with Jacksonville. Nick Needhine, he signed a 1-year tender with Miami. This was actually one move I really liked by Pittsburgh. Miles Killebrew, he signed a 2-year, $4 million extension with Pittsburgh. He's depth at safety, and he's great on special teams. I believe he had 2 blocked punts this past year. Carlos Hyde, running back, he was cut for cap. Craig Robertson retired. Tariq Cohen was cut by the Bears. Max Crosby, he got a massive, massive contract with the Raiders. Jackson Barton, $1 million extension, 1 year. To Ernest Johnson, he got a tender by Cleveland. Alvin Kamara, Alvin Kamara, he took a pay cut. They added a void, or no, he didn't take a pay cut. He restructured, added a void year, so they freed up cap space. Demetrius Flanagan Fowles, he signed a contract with San Fran. Jason Kelsey restructured his contract, and he got a 1-year restructured contract. Nate Sudfeld, he got a 1-year, $2 million contract with San Fran. Colton McKivitz, he got a contract with 49ers. Kevin Givens, he got a contract with 49ers. JaMychal Hasty got a contract with the 49ers. Will Park signed a contract with the Jets. Brandon Murphy signed a contract with the Jags. LaMarcus Joyner, he signed a 1-year extension with the Jets. Riley Dixon was released by the Giants. Darrington Evans was waived by Tennessee, which now he has the Chicago emblem because the Bears claimed him. This one was a little surprising to me. Roger Saffold, he was released by Tennessee, clearing up $10.5 million in cap. He's going to be one of those sought-after free agents. Sterling Shepard, he got a 1-year restructured contract with the Giants. Antoine Wesley, he's a wide receiver. He signed a contract with Arizona. Khalil Mack has been traded to the Chargers. So he gets to go play with Bosa, Derwin, Tillery, I think his name is. So they got a decent front 7 now. Kenyon Drake, running back, he restructured. Colton Miller, he restructured. Jake Kumerow, 1-year extension with the Buffalo Bills. Kendall Lamb was released by the Titans. Tano, oh my God, I'm not even going to try, restructured his contract with the Saints. Cameron Jordan restructured his contract with the Saints. Morgan Cox signed a 1-year extension with Tennessee. Carl Granderson, 2-year extension with New Orleans. Harold Landry, this was another big contract, 5-year extension, $87.5 million. Nice linebacker, money well deserved. Tyrell Adams, he got a 1-year contract with Jacksonville. Julian Stanford, 1-year extension with Carolina. The Bills released John Feliciano. Ali Marpet retired. We'll see if that changes now that Brady's back. If Brady can somehow convince him to unretire. Duke Ejiofor, defensive end, waived by Atlanta. Baltimore made a few moves. Tyson Williams, signed. Kristen Welch, signed. Geno Stone, signed. Nick Moore, signed. Tristan Colin Castillo, signed. Terrence Mitchell, released by Houston. Tavon Young, released by Baltimore. That was surprising, too. He's a nice slot corner. Alejandro Villanueva, the former Steeler, former Army Ranger, I believe he was. I know for sure he was in the Army, but he served overseas. He has retired from football. Devon Kennard, he restructured his contract with Arizona. Connor McDermott signed an extension with the Jets. Jonathan Ward signed with the Cardinals. Jordan Hicks was cut by the Cardinals. He's going to be another interesting one. Carson Wentz, he was traded to the Washington football team. Washington Commanders. He is actually the first player to be acquired by the Commanders, I believe. Logan Woodside, contract with the Titans. Tart, I hope I'm saying that right, contract with the Titans. Nick Westbrooks, contract with the Titans. Ty McGill, extension with the Vikings. Matt Gono, 1-year contract with the Giants. Zane Gonzalez, 2-year extension with Carolina. Jake Brendel, 1-year contract extension with San Fran. Bobby Wagner was released by the Seattle Seahawks. I dropped my phone. After 10 years with the team, he was released. It cleared over $16.5 million in cap. Josh Reynolds, 2-year extension with Detroit. Josh Gordon got an extension with Kansas City. Tony Brown got a contract with the Colts. Jimmy Morrissey got a contract with Houston. La'Kavia Simmons got a contract with Chicago. Sam Mustipher, contract with Chicago. Jesper Horsted, contract with Chicago. Tyler Huntley, contract with Baltimore. Kevon Frazier got released by the Raiders. Michael Dunn signed with Cleveland. Blake Hance signed with Cleveland. Elijah Campbell signed with Miami. Salvan Ahmad signed by Miami. AJ Klein, he got released by the Bills, clearing up over $5 million cap. Deshaun Hamilton waived by Denver. Chris Godwin, he was offered a he got the tag. That's what that is. Okay. He got the tag. Devontae Adams, he got the tag. Aaron Rodgers is going back to Green Bay, and according to this, he signed a contract extension. No details. Aaron Rodgers says it's not the 4-year, $200 million that was reported. We'll see. Zach Martin, he restructured. Noah Fant was part of the Russell Wilson trade. So Cam Robinson, he got the franchise tag. That's all in between the Russell Wilson trade. So Noah Fant, Drew Lock, and Shelby Harris were all traded along with 2 firsts, 2 seconds, and a 5th to Seattle for Russell Wilson and a 4th. So that was a big trade. Dak restructured. Mike Williams, he got a big deal too. 3 years, $60 million by the Chargers. Noah Brown, he got a 1-year contract with Dallas. Ed Oliver, they picked up his 5th-year option, Buffalo did. Dalton Schultz got the tag. Mike Gesicki got the tag. Keaton Sutherland, contract with San Fran. Ethan Greenidge, tackle. He got a contract with New Orleans. Shelby Harris, part of that trade. Jamarcus Bradley signed with Cleveland. Andy Janovich, he declined. Cleveland declined his $1.5 million option for 2022, meaning he'll be a free agent. Jack Doyle retired from football. Jesse Bates got the tag. Orlando Brown got the tag. David Njoku got the tag. Calvin Ridley. This was a big topic. By the way, Orlando Brown was not leaving Kansas City. After what they gave up for him for 1 year, they were not going to lose him. And to talk about Calvin Ridley. So, initially, people were saying how like it was 1,500, and now there's reports it was a lot more than that, like over 30,000. If that's true, yes, he was away from the team. Yes, nothing was impacted by it, but 1,500, that's a little. It's like 1,500, really. But to see 30,000 plus, it's like, oh, okay. So, it's a tough situation. Yes, you know you can't do it. I'm sure he thought if he was away from the team, it was fine. But still, you can't do it. So it's tough. He's the person that the league is making an example out of. That way no one else does it, whether they're playing or whether they're away from the team, whether it be injury or, in his case, mental health. And another thing was, I kind of thought about this, and I didn't see a single person bring this up. What if Calvin Ridley had temporarily retired? He retires for a season or two. And then, while he's retired, he makes bets, which at this point he is retired technically, and all the while knowing well he plans to come back, and then say he does come back. So say it was from the time he stepped away from the team, he retires, up until now, and he unretires. At that point, can the league still punish him? Because at that point, because he was retired. Yes, he knew he was coming back, but he was retired. So that it's a tough situation. Kyle Van Noy, released by the Patriots. Shaq Thompson restructured his contract. And then that is it for the past week. That is really what I wanted, was the past week. So what I think I'm going to end up doing is I will cover, so a video will come out every Saturday. I've kind of figured this out. A video will come out every single Saturday. And I'll talk about the week as a whole. When big things happen, like, for instance, Tom Brady coming out of retirement, it will get its own video. It'll get its own dedicated video. A Russell Wilson trade gets its own dedicated video. Maybe not Aaron Rodgers going back to the Packers. Definitely not Carson Wentz getting traded. But anything big, breaking news, gets its own video. Other than that, everything will be covered on Saturdays. As far as NFL, March Madness just got released today. Like the who's in, who's out, stuff like that. So something like that could get its own video, different things like that. So, but that's kind of what I'm thinking for this channel. Still haven't really found a dedicated intro or outro, but we'll figure it out. So, if you guys did enjoy this, please give a like in your channel. Please hit the subscribe button. And if you're excited for what the future is, hit that subscribe button. Turn notifications on. See y'all guys next video. Later.